everyone and welcome back. My name is MaggersAnn Martin and I am so excited to bring you the next installment of my new series Happy Book Birthday, where I celebrate the books that are being released today. Today's books are from Tuesday, January 10th, so buckle up and get ready for some exciting books to add to your TBR that are out today.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear authors, happy birthday to you.
There's a great mix of debuts today and returning authors, so I'm going to jump right into it so that we can get through all of them at a quick pace. The first on my list is You Don't Know My Name by Kristen Orlando, and I am so excited about this book because she is my Swoon sister. She is being published by Swoon Reads, which is my publisher for my book, coming out in August. And I have this one pre-ordered. It is coming to my door tomorrow and I am so excited to start reading it. The tagline for this book is Fighter, Faker, Student, Spy. And as someone who loved the Gallagher Girls series, I am just dying to get back into a YA spy thriller. This book follows Reagan, who her whole life she's been told that she's going to follow in the footsteps of her parents, who are spies, but she is torn between living the life that her parents want her to live as a spy and having a normal life. It sounds like there's going to be some sort of romance within the normal life, and I am so jazzed for this book. The next debut out today is A List of Cages by Robin Rowe, and this story follows Adam, who takes on a student job working with his school's psychologist, and he ends up reconnecting with his foster brother Julian, who has since moved out of their home, and as they start to reconnect, he is finding out that Julian is keeping more secrets than he lets on, and I've been told it is very, very powerful and moving, and I am so excited to get my hands on this book. The next debut that I'm excited to talk about is The Bear and the Nightingale by Katherine Arden, and this book is set in Russia, and the family who it centers around, they live in the woods, and they've been told these stories their whole life about like spiritual animals that live around the cabin, and to like respect the rituals that they do every night to like keep them at bay. And when her father remarries, the stepmother decides that they should no longer keep up with these rituals, so the spirits sort of retaliate. The main one is called the Frost, I believe, is like the menacing spirit that surrounds their home, and so yeah, it's supposed to just be like really magical, and I hear it's in the same vein as Uprooted, so if you really liked that book by Naomi Novak, then you should definitely check out The Bear and the Nightingale. The next debut out today is Poison's Kiss by Breeana Shields, and this story follows Miranda, who has this power that her kiss is deadly and she can poison anyone with a single kiss. So she is this assassin who has always been ordered to go off and kiss people in order to kill them, and she's always been fine with this up until there's a day where she has to kiss a boy that she knows very well, and it seems like she might have feelings for, and she starts to question why she has agreed to be an assassin, and this sounds like super legit, so very excited for this one. Our next debut is Frostblood by Elly Blake, and this follows Ruby, who is a fireblood, but she has kept her identity secret. Her powers secret because of the Frostbloods are the ruling class. One day when her mother is killed, she decides to seek revenge on the Frostbloods, and she joins a rebellion to train to, you know, take down the ruling class as one does. And then she sort of, I think it's saying she falls in love with the Frostblood dude. It's ringing very Red Queen to me, so this sounds really interesting, and I've already heard great things about it. I know Becca Awesome Booknut liked it a lot, so yeah, very excited for this. The next book I'm going to talk about is The Most Dangerous Place on Earth by Lindsey Lee Johnson, and this book sounds really interesting. I've heard it reads more like an adult novel. It follows the lives of a lot of teenagers in high school and kind of uncovering the complexities of them. It also follows a teacher who steps into high school and is meeting these kids without knowing the background of a middle school tragedy that has sort of shaped all of their lives in different ways. It doesn't say what the tragedy is, but this sounds really interesting, and it's been getting a lot of great praise. And again, it is saying that it reads more like an adult novel. So if you're looking for complex young characters that is in more of an adult style, I feel like this would be the book for you. So now we're going to go into authors that you all might already know and love. This first one I feel like a lot of you are aware of already, that's out today, and that is Windwitch by Susan Dennard. And I have not read Truthwitch yet. I know I need to, but I didn't want to spoil it for myself. So the link is down below for that description because I don't want any spoilers. Alright, this next one sounds so cool, and I am going to add it to my TBR right after I'm done filming this. It's called Roseblood by A.G. Howard, and it basically is sort of like a YA Phantom of the Opera kind of retelling, and I love Phantom of the Opera. It's not a retelling, but it's sort of inspired by Phantom of the Opera, I guess. This book stars Rune, who joins a conservatory just outside of Paris, and she sort of realizes that, you know, Phantoms of the Opera are a little bit more real than she anticipated or ever thought. And then it also says that Rune's biggest skill or ability, her voice, actually turns out to be a curse as well, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I don't know, Phantom of the Opera inspired just kind of sold me, so that one sounds really cool. The next book is Teen Hyde by Chandler Baker, which is a modern retelling of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but Hyde is a girl and she's a teenager in high school, and she is going through mood swings and decides to take this drug called Sunshine, which makes things bright and bubbly, but she's having memory loss and boys are going missing that she's not a huge fan of, but you know, it has nothing to do with her, right? Is kind of what the premise is. So that would be interesting. If you like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, it would be kind of fun to see how they make that YA. For all you fairy tale fans out there, this next book I'm sure you've already heard about, and that is Beheld by Alex Flinn, who wrote Beastly. And this actually follows Kendra, who is the witch from Beastly, as she searches for her like long lost love of 300 years, and she goes through a mirror and dips into different fairy tales such as Little Red Riding Hood, Rumpelstiltskin, East of the Sun, West of the Moon, and Ugly Duckling. So that will just be super fun. I love anything that has a retelling, and like having 4 retellings all in one is kind of cool. This next book sounds like creepy good, and that is The Last Harvest by Kim Liggett, and it follows Clay, who one day finds his dad brutally like murdered in a barn, and his dad had always suspected it was this group of prominent farmers in his town that were like devil worshippers. And a year later, strange things are now starting to happen to Clay. Like classmates are starting to befriend him again, and he sort of feels like maybe the pattern is repeating itself, like these devil worshippers are coming to like kill him now. It sounds creepy, but if that is your jam, then you should definitely check it out. The next book and the last book on the list is The Alchemists of Loom by Elise Kova, and this follows 2 stories. The first is Ari. She is gifted with clockwork machinery and sort of starts this underground organ market. I'm assuming these people are like robots, steampunk. And so she is like fighting in a rebellion by having this underground organ business, I'm gathering. And then the other character, Severa, he is part of the Dragon Kingdom, which is who Ari is fighting against. And he's willing to do anything to get his sister up on the throne, and one day he is wounded and Ari comes across him, and they sort of decide to work together in order to get the sister on the throne. I think it is very complex and intricate, and I did a very poor job of explaining it, so if that sounds cool to you, please check it out down below, because my brain is done after describing all of those books. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. If these books sound up your alley or you got interested about them, I do have links down below to all of these books, especially the debuts. Please support them because a lot of them are my friends, and I'm so excited to celebrate with them. If you didn't already see, if you don't follow me on Twitter, there is a giveaway going on for one of my arcs of my book, The Big F, and all you have to do is retweet the tweet that is pinned to the top of my Twitter. Link is down below also if you don't already follow me, and that is open until the 27th of January, and anyone can enter. So if you're interested in that, also check that out. As always, thank you for stopping by my little book nook of the internet, and I will see you next time. Bye.